in this round here. We sadly will be losing one of these players. But I don't know, maybe it brings a little more, acceptance, and maybe they can just have more fun with it. Who knows? Maybe the pressure's off in that way.
Yeah, yeah. So it seems like the winner of this match is going to be facing off Roko, which is going to be a challenge on its own. Uh,
That's true, yes.
who do you have your money on today, MB?
Ooh. Ah, I'd have to go with Noman, just because I purely because of familiarity. I feel like I've watched him run more. So I just have to say that. But I
Hmm.
know CobChamp's got plenty of bags in their bag, so tricks in their bag, words.
Yeah.
So
Ooh. Okay, so
I'm
this is odd because Cobb started early a little bit accidentally, so now they're having to, reload the game and start with a few seconds delay. But yeah, I think I agree with you today. Uh, so Cobb mainly runs other categories, right? And he has a couple of world records and an
oh
overall
yeah,
really talented runner. But
they definitely have some records. I've seen them run, I want to say dog percent and some of our kind of meme runs too, which is awesome.
oh
Really
yeah,
fun.
no, Cobb has a world record in maxed Champions Tunic.
Oh yeah, that's
That's
the
very
one.
recent.
Yes.
They held the world record for best ending for a while.
Gotta get that
Uh,
smile.
they invented the champion percent run too.
Yeah, and that's like a
So
really unique run I really appreciate,
yeah,
especially
both.
coming from our kind of, if for anyone who doesn't know, both Vlad and I are kind of bingo simps, and I just we appreciate anything that has like different parts of the game that you're not going to see in like the typical runs. I don't know. So,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
all right, well here we go. Link has we have control of him. Just waiting through a little cutscene, and yeah, we're off.
Off to the one of the inconsistent tricks in the run. So honestly, if you just manage your setup really well, you're probably gonna flip uh 10 times out of 10. But since it's very precise, it's not usually as easy to get a good setup, and so most runners are not just super consistent with it. And this used to be, I mean, I guess probably still is one of the highest reset points for any percent because, well, usually players aren't really happy with taking longer than a minute to clip out. So
Yeah, I would think, especially in a race scenario, it would just kind of ruin your mindset at the very beginning. So it's good to see that both of our runners are past that and moving on. Any differences in these first setups that we're noticing? Both going
so
for pot lid.
I see that Noman actually picked up the peppers instead of I didn't see if he actually got the mushrooms as well. But it looks like Cobb has opted to get only mushrooms, which
Yeah, only
is a little bit
mushrooms.
faster since you don't actually have to slow down to get all the three mushrooms, but to get all the peppers, you actually have to slow down a little bit.
Can't just mash A faster? Really?
Uh,
No,
I
I'm
mean,
kidding.
you'd
Yeah.
hope so, but
Right, no, I'm joking.
but yeah, so the reason for that is actually because the mushrooms are displayed in a nice little line and they're like nicely spaced.
Right.
So you have the time to like mash a through them, as opposed to the peppers. They're like bundled up in these two little trees that are next to each other. So it doesn't matter how fast you mash, the game does not register enough inputs for you to get all six or maybe even just the three.
Silly
So you do have
game.
to slow down a little bit.
Speaking of slowing down, both of our runners did not have to slow down climbing up that cliffside. So we see nice climbs up out of the cold, no longer have to worry about any cold damage, and now we just have to worry about getting into stasis because the front
Noman with
door
the
is
clean
locked.
clip.
But yeah, oh
Ooh,
yeah,
looks
no,
like
no one did not have a trouble with that at all.
yeah, Cobb did not get skew there. That's unfortunate.
That bean setup
Oh yeah,
we've been talking
my
about.
lovely bean. Yeah, the bean setup is, in my opinion, is always going to be of the on shrine setups is always going to be the best setup. It's for me at least, it's very consistent. It's very quick to get. You don't actually need to like aim in the bean if you're good enough in the way you're routing. So like if you just run up to the shrine kind of facing the right way, you can like right away jump onto it and get the good skew. And so it's really good, but people have been preferring the snow skew lately. Apparently it's a little faster, a little more consistent too.
Right, and I think if it's something if you are a runner who's going to be going for Boku Shield, these runners did not. Boku Shield has a slight complexity in that there's a actual Boku holding onto that shield, which means you have to kill it. And so there's some danger in just combat that could come out of that, especially because you are only at 3 hearts at that point. And so, but some people do get the Boku Shield. Now, the Boku Shield does not have the durability that this lovely pot shield has, or pot lid has, I should say. Not even really a shield. And
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
yeah, they if you're someone who's going to be going for Boku Shield, then may as well, get consistent with the snow skew.
Yeah, yeah. So the Boku Shield for it's usually where you're gonna be saving its durability is in mag, because ideally in mag you want to get unloaded, right? And not have to use your shield for skew at all. But if you do have to clip in, you just you do a durability glitch and you should be good for the rest of the run with the Boku Shield, but it is very risky, it very prone to breaking. So most runners that aren't super talented avoid it.
All right, so we have our first interaction with the old man, who is definitely not anyone important and related to Zelda.
Oh no,
Just
no, he
casually
was
telling us.
definitely not alive 100 years ago. No, absolutely.
All right, so
All
he's
right.
done telling us about the shrines and his little deal where he's going to give you the paraglider, and we are off just calling fish from the sky. If you've never seen this before, this is called amiibo. Um, using the amiibo to get the items, and it is super helpful because we need some potions. We specifically need attack up. Really, just our entire end of the run will be heavily reliant upon that attack up potion. And so we may as well do it now. We don't have to worry about loading the castle, like loading in more while we're scanning later on. So might as well just do it here.
Yeah. Uh yeah, so actually he needs four. I believe he needs four fish. In this case, Noman got one porgy and three carps. And so did CobChamp apparently. Uh kind of unfortunate for Cobb that he took damage uh in the boulder there and had to eat a couple of his fish, but
Oh,
they're
they did,
starting.
yeah. Yeah, good
um
observation.
Noman had a bit of a scary boulder too. It was rolling on top of him, but he managed to get away.
All right, good fall damage cancel. We see on the right side of our screen. While
Let me
Noman is
see,
just
let's see.
waiting for this next rune to get added to the Sheikah slate. Ooh, nice ESC. Wow.
First try and buffered. Just clean, you know?
Oh yeah, super clean. All right, looks like the real Noman is going for a more typical route through the cryo.
Yeah, the classic route. I don't think Noman normally does the wall jump. Wall jump is a bit of a hard trick to pull off, just because there's it's practic. I'd say it's frame perfect. Uh, and basically you perform a fall damage cancel into a wall,
Yeah.
and the game thinks you're grounded in the middle of the wall, and then you jump again. But basically you double jump.
Yeah, it's a double
Then
jump,
you
yeah.
jump again because you get a shield jump as well. So you
Oh
do
my
3 jumps
goodness.
in
Yeah,
total.
yeah. Yeah, it looks a little janky to say the least, and then I always have that moment when it's done of like, "Oh, wow," like, oh my gosh."
It looks and feels very janky to perform as well. So
So funny enough, we did see Cheryl on No Man's screen. We did not see Cheryl on Cobb's.
oh, that's unfortunate. I like seeing Cheryl. It always brightens up my day with
Yeah.
that particular shot. It's really bright.
Yeah, she really wasn't camera shy on No Man's screen. She like forced herself into view, so perfect. It's true. She
Mhm.
got good aim.
Yes, indeed.
All right, so now we're setting up for yet another trick, just endless tricks. So this is our second BTB, and this one is
Ooh.
just super critical. And well, they're all honestly, these two are both pretty critical. What we're noticing on the left side from Noman is that he got a really high angle, and that this is actually gonna not give him enough forward motion and force him into the forest.
Oh no.
I hate to see the a
And
failed fall
just
damage
like that,
cancel.
if
Um,
Cobb can manage this
yeah,
BTV, which is not really good because it's super low, he's gonna try to bounce there. Oh no, he didn't actually. Oh, that's good. That's a
all
good
right, so
decision because
probably,
if
yeah,
you try
probably
to bounce,
wise.
yeah, if you try to bounce, you actually go like super low and you have the smallest window of opportunity to actually perform the fall damage cancel, and
Exactly.
very wise to not try that.
And hey, gets to show off yet another trick in the tree launch,
Normal with
the
another
tree
high
rocket.
angle, which is unfortunate for him.
Oh man, it's just so high. It's just falling for such a long time.
Oh god. He almost died the same way again, which first time he tried to perform the fall damage cancel and actually did most things right, but it just so happens that he fell on top of a tree, and falling on top of a tree just cuts your height that much shorter and makes it so much harder to perform the glitch. So that's how he died. And he
Mm.
almost did the same thing.
All right, Noman is
Good
showing
clip
off a
by
tree ride. I guess we would call it on the side because he actually just hopped on top of the tree. Not even he didn't even have to grab it.
yeah. Yeah. Good clips by both runners into the shrine.
And that means we are on to our next rune, which is Magnesis.
Alright, everyone, remember to say hi to Greg when we go by him. Uh, Magnesis is actually one of the most casual shrines in the speedrun. We have a couple of things that we pull off that are speed runny, I guess I would say. Which is the infinite mask glitch that Cobb's about to perform, and then the shield jump later on. Uh, yeah,
Yeah, unless you were watching the Gold Rush intro, then you would have noticed there is some extreme strats that are just very difficult to pull off. So in this context, I mean, yeah, not in. You're asking to reset your runs if you're going for it. So
yeah. Most people would never try to go for a box walk inside mag, but I know a couple of runners that are crazy enough. There's a particular, a well-known handheld runner called Scorpion Senator. Usually he does perform the the box walk, and then there's also the infamous Chad strats by Evan Edits
Oh,
that
yes.
were just meant to be funny and look mesmerizing.
Oh,
So
I
basically,
mean, I
uses
can
gyro to do stuff.
will never forget watching Evan Edits pick up a Korok during an any percent race
Oh
last
yeah,
tournament. It's just wondrous.
oh yeah. Evan, a good memer, and actually had a really good run last year.
Yeah.
Considering the people he faced at the start of the tournament. I think his second match was against Song, who just had the previous
Yeah,
match.
we just saw how good he is.
Yeah,
A super consistent runner. All right, well, back to our current race. Noman and Cobb both had to find a way from Magnesis to the bomb shrine. And this means that, yeah, they have to either perform again another BTB. We saw Cobb used the slab to get over to that BTB. And then Noman, I believe, did as well, but then just ended up having to do what we like to call joggers.
I think Noman did
Uh,
a box walk
a box
actually,
walk. Okay, there you
which
go.
slightly more consistent in terms of Boko behavior and a little bit faster for in general. And then, unfortunately, he had bad RNG with the Boko behavior.
Mm.
One of the Bokos threw a barrel at him, which threw off his angle for the BTB, and basically just means he had to run. Having some trouble with the skew there.
All right. Well, Cobb is halfway
Yeah,
through the bomb shrine. No issues at all with that wind bomb, and no concern about hearts.
yeah. Newman unfortunately has only one heart, so uh, we'll see how this goes.
That's true. What he picks to do. Yeah, it's just a good chance to talk about just how meticulously managed. I mean, this run is. I mean, it's this route that we're working on. There are just so many factors to think about with your durability of your weapons and your items and your food and how much time it takes to pick up extra food and yeah, it's there's so much to think about. So fortunately, Noman could eat some of those fish to get some hearts back.
Yeah. Uh, so most people don't actually think about this, but it's actually possible if you perform one trick too many. It's possible that your axe breaks before you get to the final tree rocket of plateau, and that basically means you well, you're kind of screwed a little bit. Not too much, but uh, if you didn't really charge your tree up as much as you need to, you're gonna have to back up the tree launch, and
Well,
it
and your
makes it.
axe is needed to fall damage cancel.
Yes, that's true as well.
So
And
even if you do get it fully charged and you I mean, maybe if it goes, close enough to the roof, you can just drop down to the roof without having to worry about the fall damage, but still, I'm
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
there's just again so many things.
Yeah,
So
in
yeah,
this
that's
route you
why we
don't.
saw CobChamp on the right side, just not even worrying about the tree and wind bombing.
Yeah, yeah. The wind bombs to template time are actually a little bit faster, if I recall correctly. Uh, and they are a bit tricky. I mean, optimally they would be a little bit faster, but they are tricky wind bombs to perform. So most runners still opt for the tree ride or tree rocket, which is not by any means an easy trick, but nice BTB.
Oh, beautiful.
Damn,
Woohoo. Yeah,
it's
we had a
not every
beautiful
day.
tree racket and a beautiful BTB at the same time.
Not
These
every
runners
day that
just
we see
showing off.
such clean BTV skills.
Yeah.
Okay, so now Cobb is gonna be praying for get like unloaded castle, or rather unloaded gate, so he can get into the guards' chambers.
Yeah, they really
And
need that to continue this lead.
yeah,
That would
yeah,
definitely help Noman catch up.
absolutely.
Maybe the gate just likes Noman, but we'll see. Ooh,
Oh
that
no,
stamina. Oh, he's good. Oh my, oh,
nice.
they're so good. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I just
this
love
the
they come
Lumina
in and
backup
so
is
little things are
yeah.
so few
The
things are loaded
Lumina
in.
backup is just beautiful, you know?
Oh, and yeah, that's what we see Noman going for here.
Yeah, yeah. The thing about like using the pause menu to buffer and just pull the paraglider and like in the last frame before you hit the ground, so you don't die and you can actually just perform a BLSS without having to reload is just incredible for me. It's so good to see.
Yeah, I mean, we expect loads to happen at different times, but dying to that BTB just I feel like kills the momentum. So to be able to escape from the fall damage and you know just convert right into another trick, yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. So hopefully no one also gets unloaded gate. Shouldn't
Again,
be a
there's like
problem with
so
the
few
BLSS.
loaded things here, I
Yes,
didn't
it's
want to like say it, but like I just like, come on, game, you have to come on. Like, look at this. There's nothing. There's nothing. Like the floor isn't even there. Like,
one
just
of the
give him
funniest
unloaded
things
gate.
about the any percent run is that you can actually go into the water blight, you know, the boss rush, with the floor unloaded. And the best thing about that is that it stays unloaded. It does not load throughout the whole fight. You have to do everything with invisible floor. So basically, you just see a pit down into
Right.
where Ganon is.
Oh my goodness. All right, so our runners are in castle. We have changed modes. We are now in get everything that we need to kick Ganon's butt mode. And so we see Cobb on the right side is grabbing ancient arrows and some weapons. We see
And an extra
Noman on the
shield,
left
too.
side. I believe he did get the dragon fane, right? I do believe I saw
Uh,
that.
yes, I think so. I think
And
both of
so
them did. Might be mistaken.
we're speaking about the potion, the attack up potion that they needed earlier. This is a crucial ingredient just for safety shots in a race scenario. I super appreciate seeing runners go for it because you're actually going to get a much longer potion time. And while Ganon fights, I mean, literally could take what is it? Just like 3 minutes? Is it
Yeah,
really?
like
Like,
so in
ideally, is it 3 minutes? It's crazy to me how short it is.
it's even less than that,
Yeah,
like in real time, real game time, right?
right.
Because the when you're in cutscenes or pause or anything, the time for the potion doesn't pass. So you
Mm,
can get away with like a potion as short as like 3 minutes and 30 seconds. But it's very scary because you get at the end in the stun lock and you're like seconds away
yeah.
from running out. And if you run out, you so many hoops you have to jump through
To be able to
to
even
finish the
finish off
fight.
Ganon, even if he just has, an eighth of his bar left,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, yeah. So ideally, you want as much time as possible to keep yourself comfortable. So in Ode Route, a thing that we usually did was, get the beetle because we were actually going to brew a potion instead of cook a meal. And uh, and we got the Moblin Guts, because the Moblin Guts will always provide with at least 6 minutes and 50 seconds of potion, I think.
Mm.
So uh, that is always very helpful.
Yeah, I was probably thinking about the no amiibo strat using the potion. You're right. We do the amiibo strats. We do make an actual meal.
Yeah,
Fish
yeah.
make meals.
Oh, nice. Without paraglider, no one. So the one bomb that Noman just pulled off is the optimal strat for this particular wind bomb, which you spend as little time as possible in paraglider. So basically, you just land, and it's a very precise wind bomb and a very risky strat. But apparently, Noman is trying to save his seconds here.
All right, so we are officially on the boss rush on both screens. Cobb is ahead. They are almost through Water Blight. I mean, well, good portion through it.
It's the end of
Um,
second phase water blight, so yes, a good portion through it.
yeah. And just like that, they are done with Water Blight. While Noman is starting Water Blight, the first phase I will say is really quick. I mean, Noman just got that in like seconds.
Yeah.
The second phase is a little longer. Again, speaking to the complexity of the route, you have to know the behavior of these blights pretty well.
Yeah, and you actually have to be quite precise with how you do your weapons and how you do your blights because the blights kind of act in a domino effect. So if you do badly in water blight, then it's likely that your fire blight's gonna behave badly, and if you do badly on fire blight and water blight, thunder blight's probably gonna get up faster. And
Yeah,
if
there's no
you
way that
do stuff,
Thunderblight is going to behave better than the other ones then.
yeah.
Ah.
But yeah, and it also all comes down to Ganon,
Oh,
right?
one more
So
hit.
if
Cobb ahead,
you
just
if you
one more hit. Ah, sorry,
yeah, that's
go.
unfortunate. That was close.
Yeah. Either way,
Uh,
they were able to finish that enemy up just fine.
it's like no one's catching up a little bit. I think he was a little further behind than he is right now.
So what is your biggest concern with Thunderblight as a runner
So
yourself?
so here's the thing. It is my belief, personally, that Thunderblight in Sanctum is
Yes.
actually the easiest.
Oh,
It's really not that
easiest.
hard. Yeah, that's because you kind of overwhelm him. You know, you just kind of just hit him too much for him to think, so he doesn't actually get time to react to you.
Okay.
As
All
opposed
right.
to like Fire Blight and Water Blight. Water
Well,
Blight
and
and Fire
Cobb did
Blight
just
just
destroy Thunderblight, so yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think Thunderblight is for sure very intimidating when you're first starting, and for sure I had a lot of trouble, um, a lot of trouble learning Thunderblight. But I think that also has a lot to do with the fact that I had to get through the other two blights to get the Thunderblight, so it
Right.
was really hard to practice.
Yeah, by then your aim is already kind of better and
Yeah.
everything, and yeah. All right, so Calamity Ganon. Both of our runners are on this calamity mess. Them just having to deal with whatever he's gonna throw at them. And Ganon has a lot of
Oh,
tricks up his sleeve, actually.
oh no, Cobb. Oh my god, that's so
Health,
unfortunate for
health,
Cobb.
fire.
Uh,
Ah, okay.
okay, good thing he's got arrows still, because
Yeah,
damn, that was a shit show. Not gonna lie.
yeah.
So what happened there? Cobb caught fire because of Ganon's previous swing attack, right?
Broke his shield, I think, too.
Yes.
They're down to just one shield.
Yeah. Fortunately, there's another shield.
In the arena,
Uh,
there's two or just the one?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
There's just one. There's a Royal Guard's shield in here. Yeah, and Cobb got the knight's shield near the 3 ancient arrows that we pick up last.
All right, and this is a very close race. Both of our runners are on phase two, but just due to the nature of how we fight, the second phase, we kind of get into a stun lock pattern, which Cobb has shown off very well. Um, there's practically no way. I'm closing my eyes as to not curse anything. Yes, good. Okay. I just got really nervous again. Like, what if I say it and I just mess it up right as I'm saying it? Like, yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be a really close race. So Cobb was
Oh my
just
gosh,
finishing up
so
the stun
close.
lock as Noman was starting his. So this is exciting. If nothing goes wrong, I don't even want to say it really. Look at that. That's, I don't know, 15, maybe 20 seconds apart.
Yeah, it's around 15. I've been counting, maybe 20, you're right, actually. And to quote Storide, one of our wonderful commentators, there isn't a ton of time save in this Dark Beast canon, but there is a lot of time loss,
Oh
possibly.
yeah.
But I
Yes.
just don't think we're gonna see that much time loss
Yeah,
from
see,
a
Cobb
runner of
just
this
got a little bit of time lost
caliber.
there.
That is a fair amount of time lost. This tree is making it very difficult.
It
Ooh.
wasn't even the tree. So Cobb actually anticipated a little bit his running around with the horse, which caused the Calamity to turn a little bit, which kind of screwed up, kind of delayed the symbols. And there's like a little bit of time save you can get by doing the pre-fires, right? Uh, but yeah, Cobb still has a significant lead. Well, that was a nice pre-shot.
Well, again, I mean, just speaking of these races, I love to see them this close. I mean, and I'm not at all surprised that it would be this close. These runners are just so good.
I love it when I see a runner just shoot the shot like a whole second before it shows up.
Yeah. I always get a little nervous about just
Oh,
yeah, see, I am right at being
yeah.
nervous.
Yeah, so this is what Smitch always talks about. He hates seeing this because, like, sure, you're mostly safe if you just run below Ganon's head, but like if you go a little bit too fast, and GG's to CobChamp.
GG.
If you go a little bit too fast, that happens, and you take damage, and you get thrown off your horse, and it's all unfortunate.
Well,
That was
all's
really
well that
close.
ends well. It did not happen, but it would have been Noman's if it had.
Yeah.
One heart. There you go. There was one heart and what, like, oh gosh,
Yeah, about a
17
20
seconds.
second lead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
17 seconds. That separated those runs. So, wow.
Yeah, that's impressive.
GG's, Cobb and Noman. Hopefully we can get them in here and ask them some questions about those runs.
Yeah. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
GG's.
Thank you. That was a really
GG,
close race. I
Cobb.
had no idea how far ahead of him I
It
was, but
was so close.
17 seconds.
yeah, I may have
Like,
PB'd. I'm gonna have to retime it.
Oh,
I started my game early and I had to redo, so I was like 5 seconds behind at the beginning, and then yeah, my PB is
oh yeah.
31:12. So my timer says
It
31:07.
might have been
So
a PB,
we're
yeah.
gonna have to retime.
wow.
Oh,
But yeah, that could
Yeah.
be a
GG.
PB. Thank you.
31:12. I think it was a
Gee,
PB
GG, Noman.
regardless of.
I'm absolutely certain that you PV'd.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
it
mean,
was a PB
incredible.
for sure.
Not expected at all. Wow.
Yeah, GG's.
Thank you.
So this race was actually super close for the most part. Cobb managed to pull ahead, and Mac BTB.
Yeah.
I would imagine so.
Mag BTB I pulled ahead. I had a
Yeah,
horrible
Yeah.
mag.
Noman, tell them about yours. Tell them about
uh,
yours.
So first I pulled bullet time late, lit off the Boko's back. Then I got forest angle, and I did the fall damage cancel right above a tree, and it was like literally like a frame above the tree. So I just hit the
Yeah.
tree and died.
You
And
were
then-
framed too late there.
And then I went forest angle again. And I actually landed on the exact same tree, and then I ran all the way, and then
Nice.
yeah.
And
I was-
ride all the way.
Mine was bad too. Like I had a BTB
Oh,
that landed at
yeah.
the near side of the forest, and I tried a tree launch, and it got me like to the other side of the forest. It was not a very good tree launch, and I just ran the rest of the way.
I'm pretty
So-
sure I had like I don't even know. It was like a 4-something mag. It was like over 4 minutes. It was insane. It was awful.
So Cobb's BTB was actually like super low, and it was the sort of BTB you could actually back up by like doing bounces and stuff. But
Yeah,
bounces
it
are
wasn't
just
low
so
enough
risky.
to actually hit that cliff. I would have gone for a bounce for sure, but I was just
Yeah.
above it.
Yeah.
So low, but not low enough. Yeah. Like,
It was,
come on.
it was the scary range of the low BTB.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both agreed it was a wise decision to fall damage cancel when he did.
Yeah.
Dude, it was. I was totally not expecting to have a plateau that bad. Like, right before the race, I actually did one run of plateau, and I actually got a 14, and I was like, okay, cool, now I'm ready. And then in the race, I got like a low 18 plat, and I was like, oh my god, what is happening?
I think before the race I had like a 19 plateau. It was not very good, like in practice.
Mm.
But this one was, what, 17, 15 is what my timer says. Not bad.
Yeah, so Noman, you had to joggers. Why exactly? Remind us why that happened.
Oh, I got hit by the barrel at Bombsby.
Oh yeah, the barrel. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it was. Oh
I
man.
hit by the barrel, and then I like stopped and hit the boxes because I was like, I need an extra arrow, and then because I didn't pick up the one by the boulder, and then the box had nothing in it at all. So I was like, okay, that's cool.
Oh man.
Man. It was just
Super quick clips though. I have to say, guys, wow. Like the clips, I'm like trying to like actually. I know Cobb's into cryo was so
yeah,
fast.
that
I mean,
almost
like
that rarely happens. That was a fluke.
I was
That
like,
was a really
wait,
clean
like
ESC.
they're already inside. What? How? Like, did I blink? Like, yeah.
Unfortunately for Noman, though, a little bit of trouble in bombs, BTB there. Not BTB, sorry, a clip.
yeah. I don't know. I landed like way far left, more than I usually do, and I was just like, oh crap, how do I aim now? What is the angle for this one? I just couldn't figure it out for a little bit. Everything was just kind of going horribly on plateau. Even in castle, things were just like, oh man, Zolfo's noticing me and everything, and everything was
Yeah.
just going wrong.
Being said, you had a lot of backup strats then. I mean, like it was going wrong, but like it didn't go disastrously, right? Like you saved them.
Kind of, yeah, kind of.
I mean, you made up a lot of time, absolutely, in Castle.
Well, and yeah,
Uh,
we did notice that in the Blights sequencing, Noman was inching ahead, but
Yeah.
Cobb just started so much more of ahead that they were able to stay ahead.
Yeah, Cobb had a bit lead, big enough for Noman's time saves to not matter too much. But in Castle, we actually saw you do the risky wind bomb, Noman. Tell us a little bit about that.
Risky wind bomb. Which one?
The one you pull the paraglider as late as possible.
Oh, through like the gap between like the buildings. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a visual cue for that one. So I tell people not to do it in races, like when I show them, because like if you hit the malice, like that's like an easily thrown lead, but I went for it because I was like, that was the worst plateau I've ever had. So I'm just gonna go for it.
Yeah, you saved a couple of seconds there too.
Oh man, that was I don't even know where to begin. That run was just all over the place, even in Castle.
I'll have to watch that one. I haven't rewatched any of my races, but I think that one, since it was so close, I gotta see it again.
There's the part where Vivo was inviting me to like, what is it, Mario Party Superstars, like in the middle of my DLSS.
Yes.
Yep.
I was like, I couldn't help but start laughing, and I was like, oh no, he's gonna mess up my BLSS.
Oh my gosh, that's too good.
Yeah. That was good.
So Cobb, your Ganon fight, how did that go? I do remember some things that happened, but I'll let you talk about your experience.
I thought I was dead at the end of the first phase. I don't remember what happened exactly, but I definitely fell and took damage and broke my shield and noticed I was completely out of food.
Right.
But
Right.
yeah.
So what happened there, from my perspective? I think you were going for like a flurry rush to finish off, the last bit of health.
Yeah, I knew there were a couple hits left, and I threw my boomerang at him to see, like, maybe this will do it. And then I tried for a flurry rush when I missed that, or when that didn't kill him, and I missed the flurry rush. Yeah.
Yeah, you missed the flurry rush. Your shield broke, and then you caught on fire too. So it was so many things happening at once.
Oh yeah, I was very close to dying. Very, very close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling Vlad, I was like, this run is 17 seconds and 1 heart away, because there were 2 occasions in which Cobb was 1 heart away from death, and it would have.
Right at the end too.
Yes,
exactly.
We're like, oh my gosh, just 1 heart.
Yeah, Mitch always talks about people going under the head and how he hates it because it's easy to get hit there. But we almost never actually see people getting hit.
Yeah, most of the time you could just like clip right through that head.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what's next? So, I mean, I kind of hate to say it, but Cobb, how do you feel about facing Roku?
We'll try. We'll see what we can do.
Anything can happen in races. Is there anything in particular you might practice more or change up?
I need to completely do different strats on glider. I am terrible at my glider split. I've been doing the 2 wind bombs to the temple, and they have not been going my way most of the time. So I might be going back to tree launch. I got to work on that.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. And Noman, this is sadly your end in this tournament. I know you'll still be around and watching and everything else, but what's your next plan? Any other goals you're working on?
Not really.
Cool.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't really touched Breath of the Wild in a while. I was thinking about coming back to any %. I could easily PB, but I don't know.
Well, if you want to play some bingo and, while you're trying to figure it out, just let me know. Shameless plug.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, any final comments from our runners?
GG, Noman.
Yeah, GG on the probably PB Cobb.
Thank you. And thanks, commentary. You guys did great.
Thanks for the showcase. That was a great race.
Yeah, we really enjoyed it. Just plug for our runners. I know that we had their Twitch links in there at some point. Follow them. And follow Vlad. Don't follow me. Cool. But yeah, I think we're going to turn it over back to ADN, our awesome race streamer and sometimes commer. Yeah, there we go. There's their links.
I com somewhat often-ish sometimes. All right, so that's the last match for today, but we got one tomorrow, which I just added to our ZSR schedule. It's at 6 p.m. Eastern, and that one is Sly Zorua versus Lumina. So that one will be a very hype match. That will be on ZSR main. Hello, Annie. And then on Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, we've got our very first best of 3. Daniel M. 1,110. We gotta ask him what that means. Anyway, and Storewide Boss. And that'll be our first winner's bracket round 3 match. So I'm very interested to see that one. And then on Thursday, we've got another one at 7 p.m. Eastern, and that's Harmion versus Stompy. So just stay tuned. We've got a lot of Breath of the Wild coming up on ZSR. And in the meantime, we will raid our friend Crazy, who is doing any percent practice.
Oh, perfect.
And thanks so much, everyone.